Campaign finance laws are complex, and they get even more confusing when it comes to digital advertising because that area isn't very well regulated. Ahead of the 2020 election, we're bringing you this series of explainers to break down the digital side of elections. To start out, I spoke with an expert about how political advertising has traditionally worked.
Traditionally, campaigns or outside groups would hire ad buyers or firms for strategizing, buying political ads on TV or on radio.
When these TV and radio ads are purchased, that information has to be disclosed to the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. These disclosures include information about who is running the ads, who purchased the ads, the content in them, and where the ads were run. Digital ads, on the other hand, don't have to go through the same disclosure processes. Now, campaigns and political action committees, or PACs, still have to disclose how much they spent on digital ads to the Federal Election Commission. Unlike with broadcast, where each individual ad has to be reported, with digital ads, campaigns can just report a bulk payment to a marketing firm for all of their online ads. Now, dark money groups like 501c4 nonprofits, those groups that don't have to disclose their donors, or private businesses like LLCs, are completely off the hook.
In the case of 501c4s, their primary purpose can't be politics, but there's no definition whatsoever of that. So in many cases, they can paint a candidate in a very favorable or disfavorable light, call it an issue ad because they mentioned an issue like guns or healthcare, but really frame it around that candidate. And no one would be the wiser that the group even exists in many cases unless you're being targeted regionally by those ads.
But I hear you say you've seen disclosures on ads in your Facebook feed? Well, yes, but
the disclosure only came in when the tech platforms started putting those disclosures online voluntarily and keeping better track of those ads and making that publicly available.
when it comes to policing ads on these sites, the final call is really up to the platforms. So, didn't Twitter just ban political ads? Yes, but it's still unclear as to if some of the issue-based ads are considered political or not, and we don't know how groups and campaigns might exploit these loopholes. For instance,
I'm really curious to see how that plays out with the government space as well, since some government ads have been classified as political ads in Twitter's database as well, or as issue ads. And I'm curious to see if those get banned, if the government ads get allowed, and how that's going to play out, especially with incumbent elections, where the members of Congress or senators are still going to be able to run ads through their official account, which in many cases with franked mail we've seen in the past can effectively operate as just promoting that candidacy without using vote for, vote against words. But their opponents won't be able to run ads at all.
Cool. Okay, so is there any limit on how many digital ads a campaign can run?
Traditionally with TV and radio, there is a saturation point where there just is no more ad time. We see this around especially big events like debates, with the Super Bowl, just with TV time more generally. When you're trying to get into prime time, there is a point where you just can't buy more ads. And so it creates a bit of competition there. With the internet, there is unlimited space.
This is all going on while the FEC has been operating without a quorum since September, meaning the body in charge of campaign finance essentially hasn't been doing their job. I'm Sam Baker, and this has been a Point Explainer.